Alright, here we go. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome back on my channel today. I have a very special guest, a really good friend of mine, Mr. Kuragnar. Hello, buddy.
Hello, man. Hello, everybody who's watching.
I have little hangover, but I'm okay, thank you. So, really, thank you for joining me today. It's real pleasure. Fuck's sake.
Oh, man, it's completely fine. I understand. I mean, who else you should turn on? I mean, no, I'm just kidding. No, it's absolutely pleasure for me just to be revealing this patch together with you. I hope we both enjoy it, and I hope all the viewers will enjoy it. And I think let's get to it.
Yeah, of course, so we are starting with general changes. Of course, techies enabled in Captain's mode. I mean, after all, now we have all heroes in Captain's mode. What do you think about it?
I mean, the deck is enters the captain's mode. I mean, when I saw this change, I was like, oh my fucking yeah! Finally, he's back. And I don't know about this hero because overall he was changed a lot since he got removed from the captain's mode. We can everybody knows techies, everybody knows his changes, his changes of his mind, particularly his proximity mines that was changed quite a lot. Some might say that Takis is actually better than he was before. My opinion on this hero is that he's actually a lot worse than he used to be.
Yeah.
However, uh, if we compare him onto the other supports, he's not doing that much. And overall, I mean, every support can solo kill Takis almost very easily, which is kinda really bad for a hero. But if we compare any other support into the techies in the very late game, he provides you with the most insane defense that you can imagine. So the techies is actually for very long games, and I really hope we will see him. I don't know.
In
From my
competitive.
perspective, he's very good hero, but I don't know yet.
I
Those
must
should
admit I
figure
really
it out.
hate him and playing against him, and I'm support, so buying all the centuries and all this stuff. It's really annoying. So anyway,
Yeah.
there's second general change is first creep wave no longer draws aggro on the side lanes until they meet the other wave. What do you think about that?
All right. Yeah. That's actually from my opinion. It has it's like a coin. It has two sides. One side it's very good. It's because of the pulls from the offlaners. Everybody could saw it in
Yeah.
the pro games. Every offlaner just went to the first creep wave and aggro it on himself, and ended up almost under his tower with the second creep wave. Um, he took a little bit of damage, but it was completely fine because he secured the lane for him. That it was pushed under the tower, almost under his tower, like on the edge of the tower, so not in the aggro range of the tower. And he almost secured himself the level 2, and he made the first creep lane very hard to make last hit for the enemy carry because it was under his tower, which is it was very good for the offlaners, and offlaners, I'm not saying they got ahead on that lane, but they were able to survive
Yeah.
on that lane for
Yeah.
much more longer and much more easier, more
So
importantly.
can we consider this nerf for offlane?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably this change. I'm not gonna say big words that will change completely the laning stage and stuff, but most probably the roamer position will probably focus more from the start of the game on the offlane, especially in the first creep wave. Just trying to annoy the enemy carry as much as possible from the start, at least from the first creep wave or first two, and then start to do his job, going onto the middle, helping safe lane and stuff. But from my perspective, yeah, it might change the offlane quite a bit.
Okay, so now we are moving to item changes. We have Skull Basher. Now it uses Mithril Hammer instead of Javelin. It gives you plus 25 damage and plus 10 strength. But what is more significant, Bash no longer pierces evasion. Yeah, of course, there
Yeah,
are changes on Abyssal Blade because of it.
yeah. Actually, I really like this change. It might seem a little bit like harder to like build that item since previously it was just the recipe and the I mean like it's like harder to build it because of the mithril hammer.
Yes.
But overall, it's like actually really good that it gives you the damage, more damage
Oh,
than
I read
previously,
on
which
it.
was very good, and the plus 10 strength is very very good for the skull basher because most of the time when you build it, it just gives you the bash, it gives you the damage, and that was it. Right now, it also gives you the HP, which is like it gives you more HP
Yo,
than
thank you
previously,
for
which is
follow.
very good.
Yeah, I will mod you
Overall, the bash
after
no longer
this.
pierces
Don't you
evasion
worry.
is just. I mean, like, it's almost comparable to the monkey king bar, you know, with the proc chance to like deal the damage. It's almost the same. So I don't mind that. I think that's not like much of an impact overall because yeah, it's annoying that you won't get that probably extra RNG bash, but I mean like I don't
Yes.
mind it. It's not much big of a deal, I think. Also
Yeah.
with the Abyss Blade.
There are slight changes in Monkey King Bar as well. But when I was reading Maelstrom, I wasn't really sure if it's nerf or buff, to be honest, because it no longer gives you plus 25 attack speed, but the procs of the Maelstrom can no longer be evaded.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
what's your opinion on this?
from my perspective, it's probably nerf. From my perspective, it's nerf. Just on the Maelstrom. On the Mjolnir, it's actually much more better because the attack speed there is reduced for only 5, which is like
Yeah,
completely nothing.
it's really nothing, yeah.
No. But on the Maelstrom, I think it's nerf, and the thing that you cannot dodge the lightning is just it's
It's not very
nothing, man.
significant, yeah.
Yeah, it's they increase the damage, but the damage from the proc of the lightning, it's like in the early game 50 damage. Well, that's like hit from the support. So
Yeah.
yeah, it matters a lot, but from my opinion it doesn't matter that much if you are dealing with the carry. And the thing that you don't have that plus 25 attack speed is like, imagine Lifestealer building Maelstrom and he will be fighting, I don't know, Juggernaut, and yeah, he probably deals more damage with the lightning, which is still RNG effect, but he won't be dealing that much damage as he would done with the old Maelstrom just because of the attack speed.
Yeah, alright.
So-
Next on the list is Battle Fury. The recipe now requires it's 300 gold. I think that's understandable. It was really cheap item and almost every carry was
Yeah.
going for it. But
Now
Blink
our team
Dagger.
should find new new item, probably the Maelstrom.
Yeah. Well, Blink Dagger. I mean, I was really disgusted by those 14 seconds, and their Ice Frog decided to make me angry even more and change it to 15. I mean, seriously, 15 seconds. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean like those 15 seconds. I mean like they change it from 12 seconds to 15. That's a lot. But overall, if you just remember any team fight, anything when you play the hero with the blink dagger, you
Yeah.
almost every single time use it once, and then you either die, or you are trying to catch another guy where 3 seconds doesn't matter that much if the enemy don't have the blink dagger himself or another like runaway item, for example, Yules, for stuff and other shit. You know, so those 3 seconds doesn't matter that much if you remember, and I think that the blink dagger will stay on 15 seconds cooldown, just because it's odd number, you know.
Yes. All right.
And Dota loves odd numbers, you know, overall. But I don't think they are gonna nerf it more. They can increase only the the like gold cost of it, but
Yeah.
that would be
It's
too much
already
nerf.
too expensive now, but then slight changes on boost of travel, nothing really significant.
Yeah.
Dagon, I mean, it requires less mana on those first few levels. And now for stuff. I mean, when I saw this, I really wanted to puke. And I even tried it in game, and it was really terrible. I mean, the mana cost increased to 100. That's just a joke. And the health regen, I mean, alright, it was before. But still, I mean, those 5 health regen really helped a lot.
Yeah. We were speaking about this outside of this video, outside of the camera together. We were talking. I was talking a lot, and I was just doing my theoretic stuff and shit.
Yeah.
And I figured out that the drums of the endurance might, like, for me at least, it sounded like the drum of endurance might even replace the 4 staff for me as 5 position support, for example. But we are not talking about that. We are talking about 4 staff overall. So yeah, the regeneration HP is the same as it used to be before, which is fine. The mana cost increase, yeah, that's very hard, and it's a lot. But overall, it's nerf most of the time only for supports. For carries, it doesn't matter that much. And the thing is that previous 4 stuff was built from the Staff of Wizardry, Ring of Regeneration that cost 350 before, and the Recipe for 400 gold, which leaves us with 1,750 gold for 4 stuff. Right now it costs 2,250, which leaves the Recipe with cost of 950 gold, which is really hard for support to build or like get himself into to get those 950 gold. Yeah. Also, the thing that the better was the 4 stuff before is that even though it was from the Ring of Health, it was an item for 850, yeah, but at least it gives you much more regeneration of HP. And the thing that only a Recipe for an item cost almost 1,000 gold. That's such enough of gold for support item. Yeah, for example, like the Daedalus Recipe cost 1,000. The Recipe for Bloodthorn cost also 1,000. But those are carry items and not support items. And I don't think that support item, like the Recipe of support item, should cost 1,000 gold or like 950. Yeah, Mechanism Recipe cost also 900, but that's the exception. Like no other Recipe for support item costs nearly 1,000 gold. No support item. I mean, like no support item with that Recipe, and that's probably the the hardest change of all of it, because you waste 1000 gold for just a reside. And overall, like, the thing is that 4 stuff will be builded still, just because it's 4 stuff and it's like it will never be removed, and there will be no such another item as 4 stuff. But yeah, it's pretty big nerf.
Yeah. Well, that, I mean, it really sucks for support. At least I'm
Yeah.
building 4 stuff almost every game. As you mentioned, I might try drums now. We'll see if it works. Let's move on to Helm of Dominator. Really favorite item these days. So health regen was decreased from 8 to 7, and it no longer grants +5 attack speed. And of course, bounty for the killed creep is increased to 200.
Yeah, it was just it was like pretty understandable nerf, because the Helm of Dominator was such a popular item, like you said. I'm kinda actually sad how the Helm of Dominator went to its position that it's now. I remember Helm of the Dominator with the lifesteal, and it was the additional like lifesteal item instead of the Mask of Madness, and it was built up into the satanic, and I really miss the old Helm of Dominator. But yeah, those changes I think are pretty understandable, and I think that the Helm of Dominator will see that item, but we will not see it that much. We'll probably see it on the heroes that can use that item well. For example, like additional creep for the Beastmaster. I mean, like, he doesn't need it, but it could be useful. For example, if you are so much ahead and you can very easily push an enemy, don't have any answer to it, then the Helm of Dominator is actually pretty good to have an extra creep. Also, like for the Lycan probably, and I think that's it.
Yeah. Moving on, Link SP all stats reduced from 15 to 13. That's
Yeah,
like
not much, but
Yeah.
not much big of to say. It's just
but next on the list is Magic Wand. It now requires 150 gold recipe instead of a mango. It provides +3 all stats instead of 2. And of course no HP regen any longer. But max charges increase from 17 to 20.
yeah, I'm actually very sad about these changes of this item. It's all again the same way as it was before. It requires a reset that it required before.
Yeah.
But I'm actually sad for the mango, because right now the mango is just like, oh yeah, I got mango. What should I do with this? Oh, nothing. I can just eat it, and that's all.
Yeah, exactly. And you
I
can
think
sell
that
it because it's
yeah.
stupid and yeah.
Yeah. But I think that removing the HP regen from the magic wand, it's they give you an extra 3 charges, which is really good. But removing of the HP regen is such a big deal, and that item would be builded still, but it's really big of a nerf, I think.
Yeah.
Really big of a nerf.
And we can move on Necronomicon. There are small buffs, duration increase to 60 seconds. Then phase boots. During phase boot, your base turn rate is improved to 1. I mean, that sounds okay. And activate duration increase from 2.5 to 3 seconds. But active speed is reduced slightly.
Yeah. I think it's really good.
I mean, it already sucks. I think you still can buy them from the side shop. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you can't. Only can buy it from the base.
Yeah, I mean
you can buy the boots, but you cannot buy.
You can buy
the additional shit. What is it called? Blades of Attack. Yeah, Blades of Attack.
Yeah.
You can buy them only from the base, which sucks. But for example, I played the Beastmaster game today, and I went for the phase boots, and it was like really it actually really fits onto that Beastmaster at that game at least. And I like those new face boots, even though you cannot buy them in the side shop. I think this is really good.
Alright, next on the list, Observer Ward. I mean, I was really, I know, I got mixed feeling about this because first I need to be careful where I ward, but once I find the enemy ward, I think my happiness increased slightly. I mean, carry always steals the wards, but sometimes I can be quicker than them.
It's like you have you have Void in your team that has the Battle Fury, and you are just, oh my god, please don't steal my Observer.
I wasted. I wasted one century to find this and rip.
Yeah. It's like, but yeah, exactly like you said. Again, like the coin, it has two sides of it. One side is that supports really need to be patient on their warding, and they really try to find their own and interesting spots for the ward.
Yeah.
And that's actually really good because it like takes the player's best mind to try to ward correctly, to not get dewarded, because right now you are not only losing the vision, but you are also losing like very much big of gold and XP to the enemy. And on the other hand, if the enemy is fucking stupid and he's placing same ward onto the same spots for the whole game, you are extremely happy. And not only that, the sentries are going to immediately pay off, but they also can give you an extra gold out of it, which was never before. And this is extremely good change, I think. And I'm not saying pubs, but at least the professional games should be much more interesting in terms of the vision and the observer ward battle. I'm really looking forward to this.
Sorry, I needed to mod one guy in my channel, I mean chat. Anyway, moving on. Senj recipe cost increased to 700, but now it grants greater maim. I have to admit I was really confused. What does it mean? And I had to make little research. But yeah, it's basically what Sage and SNY has already. And same effect on Heaven's Halberd.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's pretty nice change, pretty nice buff. However, the recipe cost of the Sench is increased. But yeah, overall, it's really nice thing to have, I think, with the Sench and Heaven's Halberd.
Yes, and last two items on the list, it's Yasha recipe cost increased to 700, but Manta style recipe cost lowered to 500. So it should be around the same price as it was, just recipe is much cheaper.
Actually, it's just exactly, I mean, like, you invest 200 more gold into the Yasha, but then you actually save 400 gold for the Manta style, so you are actually plus 200 gold. Which is really good, actually, really good, because I mean, like, if you remember a few patches back, Yasha and Manta style got really big of a buff by reducing their cost. And same as Senj. Senj right now is actually moved back into as it used to be before, but the Yasha, it was moved back as well, but the Manta style got even cheaper. So the Manta style is actually much more better. It's like, when you build the Yasha, you were always deciding between, I might go SNY, I might go Manta. But right now, it's like, Manta is actually much more better, probably. So, also, very nice buff.
So, let's move on to hero changes. And first, our poor little guy, Alchemist. Yeah, it's Alchemist, by the way. I mean, no one picks him anymore. So, let's see, he got Grievous Greed, Bounty Runes, bonus gold increase to 3. Well, I mean, and Chemical Courage health regen increased slightly, but I don't think it's going to save this hero, honestly.
Well, yeah, it's pretty big of a deal in terms of changes.
But let's be real, it's not going to save him. You buy Spirit, or what is it called? That Vessel, I mean, better Urn,
Yeah.
and the hero is done again. I don't know about this.
I mean, like, you can deal with this. I think. I mean, like,
Yeah,
you just get the BKB. You have the BKB very easily with everything this, and you're fine.
after BKB, they will just kite you. I mean, yeah, but still, I haven't seen Alchemist in
I
a
mean,
game
like,
for.
that hero is dead.
Yeah.
Just because of the Spirit Vessel, but I think overall these changes are actually pretty good, and I'm not saying in pro games, but in the pub games, those are really big changes, because in pub games people are fucking stupid and they don't know what Spirit Vessel is. They only know Urn, and that's all.
Yeah.
They don't know about the Spirit Vessel overall, so they are not buying it.
But now you have Dota Plus, so it will just tell them. Thanks, Gaben.
Well, yeah, maybe it will tell them, but they will, first of all, they will read the item description. They won't understand it anyway, and as a reason of that, we might see, for example, Nikes with the Spirit Vessel, which is already a win, you know?
Yeah. Alright, I'm looking forward to it. Next on the list.
Yeah,
Man.
it will be fun. I mean, like, let's imagine Phantom Assassin with Spirit Vessel first item. Oh my god, new meta.
Maybe in low priority, or even ranked these days.
Oh my god, yeah, maybe.
And next on the list is Ancient Apparition. Small changes to Chilling Touch. Do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's nerf,
Yeah,
obviously.
definitely.
But I think it's not much big of a nerf, since the Chilling Touch is, like, it was already nerfed before, and the Chilling Touch already actually in AA doesn't even matter. Most of the times you are still focusing on the cold feed and not exactly on the Chilling Touch, and overall the Chilling Touch in the end is like even better.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter for the AA from the earlier stages of the game.
Alright, Arc Warden. Never played that hero, rarely played against him. So I'm not really sure what it does. But I mean, Magnetic Field cooldown reduced slightly. He got some buffs. Because right now it was really bad. And let's see, next on the list, Axe. Base movement speed increased by 5, that's really good. And Battle Hunger mana cost rescaled. I mean, on lower level you have less mana, you need to use less mana, and it ends on the 80. I mean, nothing significant really. Batrider base strength increased by 3. Again, probably it has some higher purpose. Bloodseeker, let's see. Bloodride ground vision increased to match the AoE of the spell, which is really nice. And Blood Rage cooldown reduced slightly, same on the max level though.
Yeah, not much big of a deal, I think.
Yeah. Brewmaster, Primal Split, Fire, Permanent. Oh wait, that's too hard for me to read in this state. So let's move to
Annihilation damage increase from 15, 30, 45 to 20, 40, 60. Basically, with the Fire Remnant of the Brewmaster Split, you will deal more damage, which is really good. Again, not much big of a deal. Brewmaster is like pretty much dumb shit overall. He's really good, and these changes actually gives him even more chance to stay in the patch even longer, which is really good, I think.
Yeah, kids don't drink alcohol, it's not worth it. Anyway, let's move on. Broodmother. And I heard you saying you really wanted to analyze these heroes, so I will leave it up to you. Enjoy.
All right. So, Broodmother, it might seem like she got much of a nerf. When I first read it, I was about the same opinion. I mean, like, yeah, if you see those bounty gold and the XP from those spiders are actually much more less, but overall the armor of the spiders are 0, which makes them very easy to kill. Their damage was also reduced, which is very good. But the mana cost of that spiders are less. Overall, the cooldown is also like less, since you are most of the time like maxing it if you are not especially against the Legion Commander or the Axe and some shit. I thought it's really nerfed to that hero, and I mean, like, those bounty changes from the spiders, yeah, it mattered a lot, but overall you were most of the time still trying to kill them because they would otherwise kill you, so you didn't even care about the bounty that you get from them. But when I was watching Dota buff, the Broodmother actually got plus 8% win rate, which is biggest from every hero from this patch. She's the biggest successful hero of this patch 7.14. And I'm starting to get really scared because I hope that they will nerf that hero, and they actually did. And then they released this patch, and it seems like a nerf, but when I watch the statistics, it might seem like a buff.
I'm not sure if -8 armor is buff, but yeah.
Yeah, but actually, if you watch those stats, and if you know how Broodmother works, and if you saw it in the game, the armor of those actually doesn't matter, because if you are going as a Broodmother against the hero that has no chance of clearing those spiders, for example, if you are up against Invoker on the middle, or against like any other hero, the I don't know, Viper, they are not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
And you have cooldown reduced very hardly, because those 2 seconds are very, very, like, 2 seconds matters a lot with the Broodmother in the early game on those spiders. And the mana cost reduce of 20, yeah, it also might seem nothing, but again, 4 stuff also was 20, and it was higher up, and it matters a lot for the support. So yeah, most probably the Broodmother got buffed again, and I'm really scared of it. I'm really, really scared. But those statistics, they were scary as hell, and I hope that other people don't realize how Broodmother probably got even buffed. But yeah, it's also, again, situational hero, because obviously if you are up against Ember Spirit, if you are up against Legion Commander and the Axe and the Crystal Maiden and I don't know what the hell, even Tidehunter, you are not definitely going for fucking Broodmother, because there are so many ways how to destroy your spiders, and if they reduce their armor, they are completely like harmless, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty much show it to go for it, but I think it's actually a buff overall to the Broodmother.
Alright.
We will see in the later stages of those 2 weeks when another fucking patch will be released.
Hey, free content, come on. Anyway, let's move on. Chen, Hand of God, heal improved slightly. Not really significant. I mean, it's still...
Yeah, not much big of a deal.
Yeah.
That hero is dead.
Crystal Maiden, base armor increased by 1. I I don't know what to say about it, but it's okay, I guess. Freezing field attack speed slow increased. Well, I never get freezing field out because of mana, but it's nice. Let's move Darks here. In my opinion, he really sucks these last patches because I don't know. I used to play him quite a lot,
Yeah,
and now it's terrible, really.
but I mean, like, come on, Darkseer is the only hero that has 2 ultimates. I mean, like, yeah, if we like, let's say it from four skill heroes, he's the only one who has 2 ultimates, man. Vacuum has 60-second cooldown. What do you want more?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Dark Willow. She could really use some nerfs, so let's see. So Bedlam damage reduced. That's nice. I mean, that spell, it was... What the hell? Seriously.
Well, it was in first level it's the same. On the second level it's only 20 damage less, and on the third level it actually doesn't even matter anymore. So not much big of a nerf, from my opinion. And also the rotation duration is increased, so yeah, that's a little bit of a nerf, but still it's 0.3 seconds.
So, are you going to tell me she's still going to solo kill carry?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
In the early stages of the game, for sure, man. Just look at it. It's the same damage amount for first 2 levels. Almost the same damage amount. 20 damage. What is it? One hit from the Dark Willow and you even got 40 damage more, you know? And the rotation duration, what does it mean? Nothing.
Yeah. Anyway.
So PA, Sven, goodbye. I am Dark Willow position 5, bitch. I have only boots and I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, so Dazzle, fixed poison touch, effective area covered not scaling properly with cast range bonuses. Alright. Death Prophet, base health regen reduced slightly. Earthshaker base damage increased by 3. Still, I don't think he can handle offlane really well. I know that's just my opinion.
I mean, like, the damage doesn't help him to handle the offlane. Like, to get his ass back onto the offlane position, he needs like mana restored for the fissure or something like that. He needs some other buffs than this, or just give him the better HP or mana regen or something. He needs something more than this, for sure. And for the support, 3 damage doesn't even matter at all.
Yeah. Anyway, Ember Spirit, haven't seen him for a while as well. Flame Guard, magical damage, absorbed, rescaled. It's not really that big difference, to be honest. And Searing Chain's duration rescaled. Searing Chain now does damage in 0.5 second intervals. I don't know, it seems like he's slightly buffed, but they're just gonna... I mean, you played him more times than I did.
Yeah, the Flame Guard on the level 1 is actually very big of a deal. That 50 and 80, that's really big. Then it's the same. With the Searing Chains, the changes from 1 second to 1.5 seconds, it's insane. Really insane.
Yeah.
Because if you remember the Sven, where his stun used to be 2 seconds still, and they changed it into the 1.7, 1.8, 1.9 and 2 seconds. The half second additional into the initial stun, really good. On the other hand, the damage that they give him, it's not much big of a deal, no, but still, it's pretty nice to have an extra damage. So I think the Ember Spirit actually got buffed. He got buffed a lot, and I hope we're gonna see him again. I hope so. Really hope so.
Yeah, alright. Enigma, let's see about her. Malefice. Stun duration rescaled. That's not really.
Yeah,
I don't
not
see
big of
any
a
real
deal if you
point
think
there. Cooldown was rescaled, so it's 18 seconds on level 1, 15 on level 4, and mana cost was slightly reduced. Now, Faceless Void. Well, I mean, this hero, let's see, Chronospear cooldown increased. Oh, well, I mean, 10 seconds on level 3. I don't know, this hero can still really turn tides in late game.
These changes, you know, they changed the hero with the Chronosphere. They added 5-second cooldown on the level 2 and 10-second cooldown on the level 3. But they didn't consider just buying item that costs 4,200. Its name is Aghanim Scepter, and then the Chronosphere cooldown is 60 seconds anyway. So what is the point of this fucking nerf? Oh my god, again. Brainless.
Yeah, don't call Valve, Icefrog brainless. He will nerf your favorite heroes and you're done.
They already did. They removed the GPM talent from Rubik. I'm done.
Yeah. Next thing they will remove him, don't worry. Just because what you said.
Yeah. Next patch. Rubik got removed from Dota 2.
Thanks Kuragnar everyone.
Yeah.
Alright, Invoke mana cost reduced on his ultimate. Invoke.
Yeah, not much big of a deal. I think I was actually speaking with this with my friend, and he was like, "Oh my god, you got buffed a lot. I mean, like, he's back and stuff." And I was like, "Dude, when you are playing on the mid lane, you have two spells that you have. You most of the time you have Sunstrike that you can kill people from the whole map, and then you have, for example, the Forge Spirit or the Alacrity for just being able to pass it properly on the lane, or you don't even have the Sunstrike and you have the Forge Spirit and the Gold Snap most of the time, just to dominate the lane. And that's it. You don't have anything else, and you are not using any other spell. Yeah, except with the ganks, and if you have the ability to have the Ghost Walk, then you Ghost Walk yourself, but that's it. And in the later stages of the game, 20 extra mana for Invoker doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, I think you're right.